Hey guys, what's up? It's Pseudo Pluto, and today we're going to be unboxing. And by the time that this is out, there's already a build log of the MINISFORUM Elite Mini B550. B550. Yeah. And so before we got into the unboxing, I thought we would go into why I got one of these puppies. Um, and the thing is, it's not a very simple story. Originally, I was going to be building a new desktop, uh, or at least upgrading and place my current desktop. But the problem was that um, even with the upgrades that I did to my current desktop, I needed to move on from my old AMD FX CPU and DDR3. I really needed to take advantage of a more modern CPU and more RAM, faster RAM, because I really felt it in compilation, not so much in like recording videos and stuff, but definitely in programming and compilation, I felt it a lot more. I would notice that like for some tasks, for some repos for compiling it, my laptop, which is like a newer Skylake, at least in comparison to my desktop, even though it's a laptop, it would compile quicker than my desktop. So, and I did the math, and getting one of these barebone kits and buying my own CPU and RAM for it would end up being cheaper than like buying a whole like new motherboard and RAM and CPU to upgrade my desktop in place. And so the first time I've heard of MINISFORUM was when they first announced the Steam Deck, because it was chosen unofficially as like a manufacturer that made hardware that was very similar to the Steam Deck, in that it's using like mobile like motherboards, with like the desktop chips from AMD as the APU, but then having like the laptop motherboard and laptop RAM. And so that was a very interesting combination to me. And I was actually very excited that they're making like AMD versions of the Intel NUCs, because for a long time, I want to get rid of my big old chunky desktop and move over to like a NUC like platform. So the fact that they were making like AMD Ryzen versions of these, I didn't know they existed. And so that was like another option to upgrading and place my desktop and doing a full ATX build. And then I really pulled the trigger when these two videos dropped, basically. And it was the Linus Tech Tips video of this exact kit, this exact mini PC plus PCI expansion. They called it Pointless. I thought it was super cool. I think the Pointless thing was just clickbait. And then a little bit later is Nick's video of not the same exact one, but the same mini PC running Linux, and showing that like everything is working honky dory. That it's not just like the one model that Valve chose for this one. And so I did some more research, found that it was doing fine with Linux. Everything was working. In fact, it was probably a better candidate for Linux, because like the smoothness of like hot swapping stuff out than probably Windows was. And so I ended up pulling the trigger. I looked at AliExpress. AliExpress had a little bit more expensive than the actual website. Actually got a promo code for this. And so it arrived in the mail. I'm going to bring it out and we're going to go unbox it soon. So I hope you guys are excited as I am. Okay, so I'm back here for the unboxing. This is a brand new setup since I got a webcam. I decided my degenerate days of going around and just walking around my phone are over. Depending on how well this does in like when I'm editing it and seeing the video, actually turn this light on. That might help. That doesn't help that much. Yeah, depending on how much I like it or dislike it, I might go back to the old degenerate walking around with my phone setup. But yeah, I thought I would go over the components and then also unbox this mysterious box from China, from Hong Kong. Yeah, so for storage, I already preloaded this, but this is a Samsung 980. and I loaded that up with a Fedora image with the GPU drivers installed. I will be using the 1050 Ti from my AliExpress video. And if you watched the build live stream, you'd already know about that. But yeah, that's already pre-imaged. That's just going to go in as the boot drive. Since this does use a laptop motherboard, we will be using laptop memory. So this is, let's see if I can focus. But it is DDR4 3200 mega transfers, or that's the speed, and then 2252 timings. And then for the brains, we've gone for a AMD APU. We got the 5700G. At least for the preview, this is not looking too hot. So I might go back to the old phone setup. But yeah, 8 core 16 threads. You guys can't see that. 8 core 16 threads, and I'm upgrading from like straight from like an FX to Zen 3. So that's gonna be quite the upgrade for me. And then finally, let me find a place to put this. We have the actual box. So we can see the specifications here. B550 DDR4 dual channel with notebook memory. AMD Ryzen AM4. And then it has built-in Wi-Fi, and then it has video output for the GPU as well as audio, and then it has its own DC power supply. But then it also has the brackets for the PCIe expansion, as well as being powered by the power supply. So this is what the box looks like. Very, very cool. And overall, I'm pretty impressed by the packaging. It's very aesthetic. You can see here we got the B550. Where's the sticker? Yeah. Plus none of the other options. It's a very heavy box. And then we got, what was the last thing? Just the Elitemini branding in the side. Yeah, let's go ahead and open it up. And finally, okay. Okay, let's see. Should just pop off the top. I realize at this point I'm probably not gonna need the plastic. I'm rusty, guys. Okay. So we lift out the top. We got our little booklet. You can see here. It lists all the contents, including the brackets for the PCI expansion and the carrying case, which is pretty cool. And the guide for assembling. Actually, a lot of instructions, and this is actually a user's guide that I'm going to read very closely before powering it on. Especially with a desktop power supply. We got a warning to not use the 9 volts as well as the ATX power at the same time. And we got the head of the mini case, the carrying case right here. We got the nice bright orange. Let me actually try this. Yeah. Ho ho ho. So right now, the brains of it, the actual mini PC part, is just sitting in the carrying case. It feels very premium, very heavy, very nice. I think it was worth it to include this just because it makes the experience so much more fun. And wow, okay, that's heavy. Okay, yeah, sorry there. I actually on the hit the keyboard with the lid of it as I was opening it up. But yeah, so I'm guessing on the top we have the power supply. And yeah, so this is the portable power supply. It's a laptop style power supply. Yeah, 120 watts, 19 volts, 6 amps. And it is very Chinese. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about it. I think it's just a standard barrel plug, so if you want to get like an aftermarket power supply, you can as well. We got a little lid, and then boom, in our little plastic sheath protection, we got the actual PC. And they weren't kidding about it being small. Look at this thing. It's actually very nice looking. Let's show you guys the head of it. So this is what the front looks like. We got a little power button here. We got our power supply. Actually, which one would be the front? Now I'm a bit iffy. I think this would be the front. It makes no other sense any other way. It's just weird having all like the rear I/O in the front. Yeah, we got our HDMI, the display port, HDMI again, our super speed USB-C, our normal super speed USB 3, not USB-C, 2.5 gigs LAN. It's pretty cool. And then we got some more USB 3 in the front. We got our discrete graphics card interface here. You actually have to unscrew it, which is funny. Got a big old fan in there. You can't see it through the grill. MINISFORUM on this on the corner of it. Powered by AMD on the back. And then this is I'm actually kind of sad about, and I might try to open it to fix. This grill actually got like dented during shipping. It's a little bit concave. So I'll have to figure that out. Either I make it evenly concave, or I go out and push it out. My only problem is that I don't know how this thing opens up. Probably through the bottom, and then this shroud kind of just sits on top. But I will look into it, especially with the front I/O, how tightly integrated that is. I might have just taken an L on this being like slightly dented. Which is kind of unfortunate. And I don't know how that happened because it was so like nicely packed. Yeah, there's the actual brains. I realize as I say that I have to open it up to put in the RAM and the CPU, so it can't be that hard to open up and fix, considering you need to actually get this thing to boot. I'll put this case to the side, and I'll leave the PC up here, and here is the main star of the show. Got an HDMI cable included, thank you. This is very fun. This is a AC to AC extender cable, and the world's weirdest looking, I don't even know what power connector that is, but to like an 8-pin power connector on this side. We got lots and lots of, I think this is like thermal pads. Could be could be mistaken. These are like thermal pads, or maybe like non-stick. Sorry, non-slip. Yeah, this is probably. Actually, I have no idea. I'll wait to see. This is like, I think it might be accenting and stuff for the GPU and PSU enclosure. Well, not enclosure, but rack. We got a bracket. fun bracket. We got another bracket. I'm guessing this is for the PCI, because we got the kind of brackets to screw into for a graphics card. And that's the box, it's empty. Finally, we got the brains of the expansion. So this is very robustly built. I'm glad they made this. We got 24 pin power for the motherboard, and then 8 pin power for the GPU. We got a 16 lane PCIe slot for GPU, clicks into place, and then this connector, which I'm guessing is what the PC like plugs into. So there's just like a PCI to PCI like bridge, plus some extra stuff for the power. And then God knows where this bracket goes. But yeah, that's the unboxing. I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to look over the footage real quick before I do a live stream of building this, just to make sure that the audio is good and the video is good and it's not like too grainy, not too gross. And yeah, if it's good, then I'll see you guys in the build live stream before I actually see you guys in this unboxing video. That's exciting. But yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. Pseudo Pluto out. See you guys later.